You've come to the right place. The real Big Ten football power rankings are right here. Locked On Big Ten starts right now.
You are Locked On Big Ten, your daily podcast on the Big Ten Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Big Ten. I'm Craig Sheeman. 40 years as a sports talk show host and play-by-play announcer. I want to thank you for making us your first listen each and every day. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Hit that free subscribe button down below so you never miss a single episode. We're here every day. And if you could share, follow, and like, that would be great. Thank you very much. And you can hype YouTube videos as well. Always appreciate that. So, movers and shakers in the Big Ten. Jockeying to get noticed, maybe get into that playoff chase as well. Plus, we're going to take a peek at the AP Top 25 preseason college basketball poll that came out this week. We'll get to that in just a second. All right. We're going to put this on screen. If you're audio only, we're going to get right to it. If you're Apple or Spotify, we're just going to list our Big Ten teams 1 through 10 here, get them on the screen with their logos. Of course, the Ohio State Buckeyes are going to stay at number 1. They have not given anybody any reason to take them out of the top spot. Number 1 team in the country, number 1 team in the Big Ten right now. Convincing win over Illinois, 34-16 on the road. And we, like Julian saying, just keeps playing steady football, getting a little better each week. Ryan Day opening up the playbook a little bit each week. Meanwhile, look who's at number 2, the number 3 team in the country. The Indiana Hoosiers, they move up 1 in our weekly poll. Of course, that was an impressive win coming off of at Austin State, beating Oregon like that. I mean, Oregon's still good. Notice I only dropped them down 1 to number 3. Oregon is still formidable. But Indiana putting together a resume, something that some critics felt they didn't have last year. They beat Oregon, the top 5 team. They beat Illinois. They were ranked 9th this year when they beat them. They've got a road win at Iowa. Yeah, that's a nice resume. Oregon, they're just dropping. Look, they were rolling before the Indiana game, and I'm convinced they're going to roll again. Dan Lanning's got everything dialed in over there as well. I've got USC moving up 3 spots to number 4 this week. Maybe they can hang on to that 4th rung. You know, my philosophy is there are going to be 4 Big Ten teams that get into the 12-team college football playoffs. So fighting for that 4th spot. We had Michigan in there last week. USC's got it since they just beat Michigan. That was an impressive win and an important win for Lincoln Riley as well. And a nice job by a walk-on freshman running back, King Miller, next man up, ran in there, ran all over Michigan. An even bigger game, nationally speaking, coming up for USC this weekend against Notre Dame. Very anxious to see how that game turns out. We will go live here on Locked On Big Ten on YouTube right after that game. It'll be about 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific, Saturday night. Join us. Let me get your real, raw, immediate reaction in the comment section. You'll get mine. Well, that's why we do it. We have a lot of fun and a lot of success. Join us on the weekends when we go live for that. So I got Washington staying at number 5. They got the win over Rutgers. That was a monster game by Damon Williams Jr. 536 yards of total offense. Absolutely incredible. 2 touchdowns in the air, 2 on the ground. Just a stat machine. And I think Washington's a very good football team. I liken them to be at the top of that 2nd tier, if you will, in the Big Ten. Can they get hotter and maybe move up and maybe toy with that playoff spot? Maybe. I've got Illinois. They hold steady at number 6. Look, they lost to Ohio State at home. And I could have moved them down a point or 2 here, but with everybody else moving around ahead of them and behind them, they stay at number 6. I did drop Michigan 3 spots. Again, not good enough to hang out of that 4 spot. They're down to number 7. I still think Michigan is a good football team. They're not great. And look, there were whispers that maybe if Bryce Underwood really kind of took off, that maybe Michigan would be better than expected last year when they went 7-5, maybe 8-4 is a possibility. They lost. That USC beating was significant and eye-opening. Michigan's not quite there yet. In fact, we did a podcast on it earlier this week. If you want to go back and check it out for a second listen. So they're still good. I don't think they're going to be grabbing into that upper rung this year. That was a measuring stick game that came up short. Nebraska moved them up 1 to number 8. Crazy win over Maryland. where Dylan Raiola had 3 interceptions, including a pick 6, but he also threw 4 touchdowns. That was insane. But look, Nebraska's good. They're ranked in the top 25 and sitting there at number 8 in our poll and with momentum on the right side. Iowa, move them up 1. They're at number 9 now. Good news, Mark Gronowski came back from the injured knee in the Indiana game, had the bye to rest, and then played against Wisconsin. And then they shut out Wisconsin 37-0. The wheels have fallen off of the Badgers, and Iowa helped them out a little bit there. They helped the wheels come off for Wisconsin. At number 10, I got the Maryland Terps. Look, they've lost to Washington and Nebraska. I still like Malik Washington a lot. They've actually moved up in my poll only because I was moving other people around. Pretty steady, in other words. The next one, I got UCLA. They moved up another 3 after moving up 4 spots last week. So a road win at Michigan State where Nico had 3 touchdown passes. I was very impressed by UCLA, actually falling behind early, and then boom, 38 unanswered points. Incredible. And coming off the win against Penn State. They got Maryland coming up. Northwestern at 12. I maybe could have flipped UCLA and Northwestern. They just played a couple of weeks ago. Probably should have, but I still have Northwestern moving up. I guess I didn't want to move them up too much. I moved them up 4, biggest mover because of that win at Penn State. That was the biggest win for David Brown. I definitely wanted to reward him for that. So I got him sitting at number 12. Obviously, I have him ranked ahead of Penn State at number 13. I forgot to flip the screen here. I'm getting all excited talking about it. So UCLA 11, Northwestern 12. There we go. Penn State at number 13. And they're our biggest drop at -5. Lost to Oregon, lost to UCLA, lost to Northwestern. The Oregon, we can understand. Oregon's a good football team. I mean, people weren't happy because, again, James Franklin and Penn State lost another big game. That's what they do. But they were 20-point favorites against UCLA and the same at home against Northwestern. And to lose those, that was just the final straw there for Penn State. So, and they got Iowa at Iowa this week. They still have Ohio State. They still have Indiana coming up. Penn State could rack up a few more losses here. The Minnesota Golden Gophers coming in at number 14. They dropped 1, even though they won this week. Again, a product of moving some other people around. Coy Parrish had that pick 6, and that was following a touchdown by the offense. And Purdue looked like they were going to maybe win this game by a touchdown. And then thanks to the pick 6 and a previous touchdown by the offense, Minnesota scored 14 points in a blink of an eye in this game and completely flipped the game and got the win. So congratulations to PJ Fleck. Michigan State, I dropped them 3. They're down to number 15. They look like they're on the struggle bus a little bit as well now. I was kind of hopeful that there would be some significant improvements this year for the Spartans, but they lost to USC, Nebraska, and again, giving up the 38 unanswered points against UCLA to fall to 0-3 in the Big Ten. I kind of felt like they quit on the UCLA game. That was a big step back for Jonathan Smith in year 2 at Michigan State, in my opinion. Rutgers dropping 1 to number 16. You know, in that Washington game, they were stopped 2 times inside the 10 on 4th down. Otherwise, maybe they could have made it right. They were up for a while in that game, and they could not close the deal. Purdue, I just mentioned how they blew the game to Minnesota. So they're at 17. They stay there. Wisconsin stays at 18 on the bottom of the list, getting shut out by Iowa 37-0. And again, having to host number 1 Ohio State next. And then they got Oregon around the corner. I never called for this. I don't know how much longer Luke Fickell's going to be able to hang on over there. All right, so there is a look at our power rankings 1 through 18. Let me know what you think. I think we got it right. I really do. I think we did pretty well there. Now, real quick, the AP Top 25 preseason basketball poll came out. And look, preseason AP polls, they lost all their credibility year after year. Look, when you got Texas number 1, Penn State number 2 in the preseason, and now they're not ranked, and we're just in October, they don't know what they're doing. But I'll go ahead and give it to you for your information only. Purdue's the number 1 preseason team in the country. Matt Painter, number 1. Houston 2, Florida, the defending champions at number 3, UConn 4, and Rick Pitino with all of his transfers every year. Hard to keep track of that roster, but they're coming in at number 5, coming in strong at St. John's. All right, now we'll bounce around a little bit. The next ranked Big Ten team, Michigan, and Dusty May coming in at 7th. Mick Cronin's UCLA Bruins at number 12. Illinois sitting at 17. Tom Izzo turned 70, man, still at it. Michigan State at 22 and Wisconsin rounding it out at 24. You think people at Wisconsin are looking forward for football season to end and basketball season to get here? There you go. 6 Big Ten teams in the top 24. So we'll throw that in there with our power rankings as a little extra bonus. Coming up in a minute, I'm going to tell you exactly what our game plan is for this weekend when we go live. All that's coming up in just 1 minute right here on Locked On Big Ten. Mazda crafts cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. They follow what moves them every time they drive, and that's what makes Mazda stand out. Beyond the safety and the style and the performance that we're used to deliver a driving experience, it feels alive in every detail, whether you're just going to the store, running the kids around in an errand, or making a weekend trip. You know, it's just every time you're into Mazda, it feels special when you drive it. All their attention to detail is second to none. It's the small details that make big plays in sports. And just like there's more to every player, there's more to a Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. It's their most advanced equipment yet, designed to give you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you're running, lifting, cross-training, your favorite instructors. They have it all. Training reimagined. Peloton is built for breakthroughs with tools that can help you stay motivated and reach peak performance. For example, it actually tracks your reps, suggests the right weights to use, and corrects your form, making every rep safer and smarter. So let yourself run, lift, flex, and push forward. Explore the new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus today at onepeloton.com. Spell it out, O-N-E, onepeloton.com. You know, you got a job, you need parts, you need Supply House. When your opening whistle blows and on a new repair and getting your crew moving forward and getting everybody organized, ready to go, you do it with Supply House. Order today and see parts on your doorstep tomorrow with over 280,000 plumbing, HVAC, and electrical items from the most trusted brands in the business. Their real-time inventory and honest lead times helps you from punting projects. You're losing money if you're doing that. While their industry-leading customer service always has your blind side covered, so you're always moving forward, getting the jobs done, getting paid. That's how it works. You need parts fast for a project. Supply House has next-day delivery. Talk about a game changer there. Plus, you can join the free Trademaster program today and score serious perks like priority shipping, lower prices, and dedicated support line. Visit supplyhouse.com to sign up for free and use the promo code SHCollege5, number 5, SHCollege5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Real people, real service, supplyhouse.com. Thanks for checking us out here on Locked On Big Ten. All right, we got big plans this weekend. You know, we're here every day for you with multiple podcasts. And if you're a Big Ten fan, and you probably are if you're watching or listening, I know you know other Big Ten people. We all hang around together. Tell them we're out here every day. Hit that share arrow and send these power rankings to them. See what they think about it as well. We always appreciate that. And subscribe too. But in addition to the daily podcast, we go live on the weekends so that I get your immediate comments and you get my unfiltered, raw comments. After a game, we pick a big game. This weekend, we're going to pick the USC Notre Dame game. We'll go live after that. It's a 7:30 kick, 4:30 Pacific. That means we'll go live afterward, probably around 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. Boom, ready to go with immediate reaction to that game. Plus, we recap all the other games of the Big Ten throughout the day as well. So check us out there. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a single episode. And we're on Twitter at TalkBig10, our website, talkbig10.com. You can check us out there as well. And again, if you can hit that subscribe button or check out a second listen of a previous podcast from this week you may have missed. Also, college football fans, Locked On and our friends at Fire TV, we're putting together a weekly college football preview show with Drake Toll from Locked On Big 12, plus two-time AP Coach of the Year Gary Patterson, former college star Jesse Holley, and our Locked On experts getting you ready for every single game. It's every Thursday, the college football preview that only Locked On can do. The college football kickoff Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV. That'll do it for us. We're already looking ahead to tomorrow. We'll have our Big Ten Classics in live action. We're going to do a deeper dive into the USC game at Notre Dame. That's a big one. Then Friday, we do all of our predictions and previews of every single game. So we got a lot to cover here for the rest of the week. In the meantime, thanks for joining us here today for Locked On Big Ten. I'm Craig Sheeman. We'll talk to you tomorrow.